After you log into the system, you will be taken to the main screen of the platform. In this page, you will have access to the main features of the software. Also, you can view the devices and their device information like coordinates, history, speed, and so on. On the top right side of the screen, you have the tools menu. On the left screen, you have the object navigation and control panel. On the right side, you will have the map features that you can turn off or on. If you click the device, you're going to see the address. You will see the main sensors attached. Google Street View, if that's available. As you can see, on the bottom it is going to show the same information as the one when clicking the device. Clicking the eye, you will see the Google Street View, if that's available. This is the information called widgets. You can select them on clicking widgets here. And you can disable them or switch them by position. To check the vehicle's history, you need to click dots and show history. The default is by last hour, today, or yesterday. You can also go to the history tab and select the device name and select the date. Clicking this button will export the data to specific formats. If you click advanced, you can select to show when the stops need to be shown. If it's 3 minutes, 4 minutes, and so on. If you click snap to road and then show history, it will show better trajectory of the vehicle tracker, but it might display incorrectly, so it is recommended not to have it clicked. On the events tab, you can see the events that already happened on the device. For example, clicking on the 3 dots, you can see where this event occurred. Clicking on alert, you can edit the event. We will take a closer look at the map control options. On the right side, you will see the panel on which you will control your map. If you click the first button, it will go into full screen mode and you will not see anything other than the map and your objects. If you click this button, you will see the maps available for your choice. We have Google Hybrid, Google Satellite, Terrain, OpenStreetMaps, and Google Normal. Plus and minus will allow you to zoom in and both zoom out. This will allow you to view object grouping, so if you see a lot of objects in one place, it will sum them up in this manner, so you can turn on or off this function here. Zooming in will also do the same thing, it will divide things. Fit objects will allow you to view all of your objects in one screen. So if you want to see one object, you will zoom in, and if you click fit objects, it will zoom out to the view that it will allow you to watch all of your objects at the same time. Objects will allow you to either see or not see all of your objects. This is useful if you have a lot of geofences and you don't want your objects interrupting them, so you can just disable them. Same thing goes for geofences. If you click or unclick them, it will show or hide them. Same goes with routes, points of interest, with the names of the GPS objects, and also tails. If we zoom into the object, to be able to see the tail of the object, you can either see it or hide it. And the same goes for traffic. You can click this option and you will see live traffic showing the congestions, the traffic, and so on. To follow a device, you will need to click the dotted line next to the object and click Follow. This will open a new window where you can view the object in real time. You can move the screen to any part of the platform you require. Also, you can view as many devices as you like at the same time. There you can see them side by side, and we can also open another one to see 3 objects in real time at the same time on your platform. Now we're going to discuss the setup window that you can find on the top right side of the screen. If you click it once, it will open the setup view. Here you will be able to set up the unit of distance, like kilometers or miles. Unit of capacity, and available will be liter and gallon. Meter or feet for altitude, and default start of the week. Also the time zone and daylight saving time. It is recommended to keep this on automatic. If you don't, you would need to select the country to make sure that it corrects the time in the system. Going into object groups, here you can assign objects to these groups that will be seen on the left side. Under drivers, you will be able to add specific drivers. If you click Add Driver, type in the name of the driver, then a RFID number, phone, email, etc., and assign which device belongs to this driver. Clicking Save will enable the driver on the device. And widgets is something that you're going to see on the bottom right side of the screen. If you click Services Save, you're not going to see the widget on the bottom, otherwise it's going to show up. We're going to go into Tools. You can find them on the top right side of the screen by clicking Tools and then going all of your tools. Let's begin with Alerts. On the left side, you're going to see available alerts that are already created. You can edit or delete them. To create the new one, you will need to click the plus on the top of the screen. Now you will have to type in the name of the alert that you wish to create. Alert name, for example. Then you're going to have to select devices that will have this specific alert. For example, we can select all of the devices and then go into Type. These are some of the alerts that are already pre-made to create the alerts. First one is overspeed. This is to show the speed being higher than the one described on the field below. For example, 25 kilometers per hour, and the vehicle is traveling on a higher speed than this one. It's going to create an alert, and going into stop duration. For example, the vehicle is parked for more than specified time, for example 15 minutes. It's going to create an alert again. Next one is driver change. This is where an alert is going to be triggered if the driver has changed. For example, if you have a vehicle and you have more than one driver assigned to the vehicle, a list is going to be seen here. As soon as the driver changes, an alert will be created. Geofencing. Triggered in a case where the object enters a geofence or several geofences. You can select which geofences those are. You can select all of them or neither of them. At least one of them is required to trigger this alert. Same for geofence out. When the vehicle leaves a specified zone or specified zones, an alert is going to be triggered. Geofence in or out, an alert is going to be triggered when the device either enters or leaves a specified zone. Schedule. This is a window that we can specify which times the tracker needs to be active. For example, a specific event must only work from 7 in the morning to 8 in the evening. We can select that here. Click on schedule. Click on the day of the week that you want to be active. And then specify when the time is. We can select the whole day if we want the device to be sensitive to specific alerts. Also, we have the option to select always, weekend, and so on. Going into notifications, this will show how the alert is triggered once it is activated. By default, it's going to be sound notification in the system, meaning whenever an event occurs that has an alert set up, on the top right side of the screen you're going to see a pop-up window and the notification will come up. This is very useful when you have a few tabs open in the browser and you just cannot keep up with all of them. You're going to hear an event, and once you hear the event you can click the window, it's gonna come up with the alert. Push notifications are set up to be pushed out to mobile client applications. Meaning if you have a mobile client app and you are logged into it, the application will trigger an alert on the mobile device to show you the alert. Another one is email notification. Type in your email and it's going to send you an email once the device creates the alert. Also SMS notification, type in your number and you will receive an SMS command once this is done. Or webhook, meaning it's going to send a command to a specific URL address stating that this has happened. Now we're going to view over the remaining tools. For example, tools and geofencing. On the left side you will see all of the available geofences already in the system. We can edit them, delete them, or also add a new one. We can export or import them. By clicking the plus button we can create a new one. For example, if we have a couple hundred of geofences, it would be easier for us to export them and import them on another account. To add a new one, we click on plus and just draw any polygon required on the map. Assign a name to the polygon. And then select a group to which it's going to be added. Because it's not added, we can create specific groups to be on the list. Background color, it's going to show the color that we can change to whichever we like. Once created, we click save. It's going to be saved on the geofences. It's going to come up on this list on the left side. If you don't see it, make sure the geofences is selected on the right side. Tools, reports. This is the report generator tool. On the top we will need to name the report, for example field report. Then we type in the type that is going to be like. It can be a standard one or something more difficult, for example geofence in and out. To check each of the report, it would be best to go into the manual, required type and the format. It can be HTML, XLS, PDF, whatever. We select the dates which have to be included in the report, which devices will be affected by this. We can select all or select nothing at all. Also, if any geofences are created, we can make sure that they're included. Send to email is going to send it to our email that we type in. Also, we can set the report to be sent daily or weekly. We can type in the hour at which it's sent, or weekly, which hour it's sent. Once created, generate. It will generate the report and send as required. It's going to be downloaded directly to your computer if generate is clicked. If we want it to be sent every day or every week, all we have to do is click save to make sure it's sent at the required time and not generated right now. If you click new, it's going to delete everything that is already set up, and we can set up a new report. On the top, creating generate reports is going to show all the reports that have been already generated. We can edit or delete them, and then schedule reports. It's going to show everything that was already generated periodically and sent to us. For example, if you didn't get an email with a specific report, you can download this report here, or you can see if this was generated or not, or if there was a problem with something. Point of interest. Create a plus sign, we can create a new one. And on the map, we can set up specific points of interest. For example, we type in a specific name, description, select the icon from the available list, and click save. And now we can use a pointer that we can mark on the map. If we select on the right side POI, it's going to show up on the map. Show point, we can type in specific coordinates, and it is only going to show us the location on the map. The same for address. If we click tools and show address, we can type in the address, click show, and we will see that specific location on the map. After you log into the system,